All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a little bit of a treat. I got a early copy of a game called Shattered Planet, and I originally had recorded some voice over this as I was playing it. That unfortunately fell through, much like my ceiling in my bathroom, which is why there were a bunch of repair people here coming in and out. And so it seemed like every time I tried to actually talk over the video, over the game, somebody knocked on my door and had to come in and repair something. Or a couple times the game actually crashed on me, so I had to start recording again. But let me explain the premise of the game. It's pretty simple if you're into sci-fi stuff. You were playing as a clone, which, God, I love clones, you know. And you're going through different worlds trying to find the cure, a way to defeat the Blight. As you can see here, you have your character models, which is cool. It defaulted me off as a female, so I just stuck with that. You have like little pets you can collect that come along with you. I haven't really messed with those much. This is like your talent tree kind of deal. Like, it's upping your stats. You can spend money to up your stats, but you lose money when you die, so it's hard to collect. If you haven't figured this out, this is a roguelike. And for anyone who hasn't played a roguelike, I'm going to buy some bandages from this guy here. But anybody who hasn't played a roguelike, you die a lot. You're going to die a lot. Then you're going to go through this teleporter, and you're going to die again. And you have a lot of different stuff you can do here. Like, you have the daily challenge, which I think is what I ended up doing first. Yep, that's accurate. And you're going to be sent to kind of a randomly generated world. As you can see, you have the kind of fog of war thing going on around you, so you can't completely see, what's going on, which is cool. It adds mystique. It also makes it where you're going to die more, because you'll run up to one enemy and then you totally didn't see his two friends. The little blue trail here shows where you're going to go. The black stuff that's spreading is the Blight, and it is going to deal you a little bit of damage if you stand in it for too long. Essentially, Earth has kind of been abandoned at this point. But for some reason there's a signal coming through it, and this signal seems to be the only thing stopping the Blight, because so far the Blight has just been all-consuming. As you can see, the red eyes there are some of the enemies, and sometimes they'll avoid you, sometimes they'll run straight at you. It depends how big and bad they are. There are these different rocks and stuff you can attack and get things from. And this thing that I just picked up, lovely as it is, there are a lot of these different fluids that you have no clue what they do, and boy does that make for some interesting gameplay, let me tell you. I thought that thing was my pet. Sometimes you can get those things to work for you if you feed them or whatnot, and that's why I didn't attack it at first. Anyway, I wanted to take this opportunity because this is a new game that's coming out for Steam. I know it's coming on the PC. I don't think they have any plans at the moment of putting it on consoles or anything else like that. But it'll be interesting to to see what all else they do with it. I have a lot of hope for games like this because it's free. You can pay money to get bonus stuff, but you do not have to pay money to access any extra part of the game. You don't have to pay money to get, the biggest, best gear. Gear is very dependent in this game. It's an item-based game, and what you can do is collect these crystals, and when you go back to the base, which you saw me in at the beginning, you can actually spend some of those crystals to randomly generate an item. And how many crystals you spend dictates the level of the item, so it'll be bronze, silver, or gold. And when you do that, when you generate these random items, you never know exactly what you're going to get, but supposedly there are over, a couple of hundred different types of items that could randomly generate. And it's been neat so far. There's only 2 equipment slots from what I can tell. As you can see here is a head and a weapon slot, and then your stats that you improve with the money, which these cheese-looking things that I keep picking up seems to be the money. But you know, that increases the rest of your stats. There's a lot of enemies over there. Let's go this way. And this is the teleporter. It's how you go to the next level. And every time you get to a teleporter and you go to the next part, I almost killed myself there. You know, that's when you get extra bonuses and stuff like that. See, now I have distance 1 complete, so I have a reward and stuff like that. And of course, the little funny, quirky little animations. This is from Kit Fox Games, and they're kind of a smaller studio out of Montreal, I think. I did a little bit of research on them. They seem pretty cool. The person who contacted me about playing the game for them and, you know, doing a review and everything was very cool. She had a lot of positive things to say about the game, and so far I am playing the beta, so there are a few bugs, but other than these few bugs, which hopefully are going to be fixed, you know, it's been good so far. The actual game is going to go up on July the 4th or 3rd. I think it's actually the 3rd. Yeah, July 3rd. So it'll be neat to see what people think of it. Roguelikes are big right now, and this seems to be a progressive roguelike. So even if you die a lot, your character's stats will keep going up, and it's kind of like a legacy thing where you're going to keep getting better. You're going to keep discovering new items. The only problem is you do lose a lot of your gear from dying. That's why you should do like the daily challenges like this one, because they give you a set of gear for the adventure. So that'll keep you from, you know, losing too much. This is one of those games that I'm not sure how in-depth the story actually is, because from what I've done so far, which I've played it a good bit, you know, the story really is just you talking back and forth with the scientist and all. And there's some really neat, like, little bits of conversation, quirky bits, but the story is not as big. It's not as important. But I can see people logging in just to do the dailies on here. I can see people, you know, just experimenting with the different items and everything. So I think this is going to be a good game. I think this will do well. I hope word kind of gets out, and I'm doing my part. You're watching this video, so, you know. But the last thing I really want to kind of say about it is there's a lot. This game is very challenging. There are a lot of different enemy types, and as you can see, you can die pretty easily. But also with the randomly generated worlds and stuff like that, and the randomly not knowing what certain items do and all, it keeps the interest level up. And this is just a good, nice waste of time. So I think this is going to be a good investment for some people, especially if this is your type of game. But I'm going to keep playing it for a little bit. I will hopefully be getting a little bit further, because so far I haven't gotten too far. But you'll be able to check the game out soon, and I hope you enjoy it.